Hello everyone, I'm Nick, captain and owner of OCA. I bought this boat 3.5 years ago with the original plan to sail around the world. Unfortunately, with COVID happening, we didn't quite get around the world, but we did all the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, and we reached the Pacific. We are very glad to have spent this time on board, but we are ready for OCA to be part of someone else's plans. OCA was conceived originally to be our family boat, but we also prepared her for charter. So there's redundancies on absolutely everything. So she's a true blue water sailor, and she has all the comforts necessary for a charter program or for just a family that wants to live aboard. So I'll show you around OCA. She's a marvelous boat. So let's start with the Galley. The Galley was conceived to be a full galley with every single amenity and device, appliance, in order to be able to cook meals for 8 people. My wife is a cook. She loves cooking absolutely everything. So over here we have a full-size fridge. This full-size fridge is more than enough to have food for at least a month. It also has a water dispenser with an automatic refiller, which we love, especially the kids, so the kids can get their water on their own without having to ask us. We have down here a microwave. This is just a pure microwave, not an oven. We have a separate oven. This is also an area where we have a freezer. There are 2 freezers on board. So this is the smaller freezer that we use for more day-to-day things. And downstairs we have another deep freezer, which is larger for long crossings or periods of time where we won't be able to do provisioning for quite some time. Over here we have a brand new oven we just bought recently. It is an Ariston oven, a very good oven. It has a fan inside and it's all in butane or propane. And this is our new stove as well, which is recently installed. Glass top, beautiful. We just got that a month ago. Over here we have this large kitchen sink. We don't have a double sink because we have a full dishwasher. So if you look over here, this is a full-size dishwasher. So we just throw all our dishes here in order to easily clean everything. And we have absolutely every drawer incredibly organized. So you can see, as this drawer is, as an example, we have all the cutlery nicely separated to make life easier on board. So back here we have plenty of storage. I'll open this one just as an example. We have all the cups. It is quite deep, so you can store lots of things in here. So throughout this area. So that is the galley. Now let's move on to the saloon. The saloon is one of the areas we spend most time, especially when we are in marinas or just relaxing. Here we have a beautiful dining for 8 people. We have this marvelous mattress up here, which is great for when you are under sailing, because you can still look out the window. And all this is facing this 50-inch TV. So this is all connected to the system. We have a NAS system with all the movies and everything on board, so we can have entertainment while on passages, which is really good. One other thing we like about this area is the possibility to close around, especially when you want some privacy. So this is really, really handy. And now we are completely shut off from the outside world and no one can see inside. So it also cuts off the light and the heat very well. Alrighty, so now I will show you one of the cabins. So I will start with the 3 kids cabins. We have here on the starboard side towards aft. This is one of the cabins. It's our blue cabin. So in here you have everything is ready for charter, as I mentioned. So all this came from the original purchase, and we've kept it intact, so it can still all be used. We have cupboards throughout. So an example is back here, deep cupboards, and down here we also have cupboards throughout, all with clips and locks, and a beautiful window, port light, so you can look outside when you wake up in the morning. On top, you also have one of these little hatches here where you can get some air circulation. And then here we have the standard bathroom that will be the same throughout the 3 cabins on the starboard hull. So this is quite large. As you can see, I'm in here in the shower area, and it's very, very high ceilings, so very tall people can take showers comfortably and they won't be having to crouch down. Behind the mirrors, you have storage. So as you can see, this is a very comfortable cabin, really good size with plenty of storage area. Now, coming along, you will find the second freezer. The second freezer is very large and accommodates plenty of storage. We just emptied it, sorry for the mess, but that's not really good, but keep. Now we will move on to the other 2 cabins on the starboard hull. These 2 cabins are for my other 2 kids, and they are all color themed. So this is the center midship cabin on the starboard hull. Here you have similar storage. You have the storage next to the bed back here. On top of the bed, you also have plenty of storage up here. They are fairly deep, so books, perfect area. Over here, you have more storage throughout. Here is another one, and this throughout the boat, you have plenty of storage. Now, inside this bathroom, it is quite similar to the other one. As you can see, all the shower spaces are really big. You can open yourself, shower comfortably, no matter how tall you are, and plenty of storage in here as well. And the finishing of the boat, we selected the high-end material, so you'll see that all the bathrooms have stone as a finishing on the inside, which makes it much nicer, much more house feeling to it. So definitely we did one of the best options regarding the level of finishing on board. Moving along to the front cabin and the starboard hull. So here we have, this is probably the most spacious cabin on this hull. It's slightly larger, but there's a little less storage, but nonetheless, there's plenty of storage. So we have storage here. We also have a lot of storage under the bed. Throughout the bed, we have storage. There's drawers under the bed. And behind the door, there's a big closet where you can hang dresses and shirts. I can show you that. It is pretty big. So, and the bathroom in here, as they're all en suites, is also really well appointed with the stone wall, large mirrors. Moving along, at about here, we have what I call the navigation desk, although it's not a desk, but it's where I keep all my navigation material. So we have a nice printer with a pull-out drawer that's also a scanner. We have all the papers here, and down here we have a safe with boat documents and everything that's kept there. And here we have all the documents. So here we have everything that's maintenance, logs, everything is kept here, boat documents. And then here we have a drawer with just a lot of the bits and pieces, printers and so on. So very, very good to have this area to put everything away. Very convenient. Now, moving along, we arrive to the navigation desk. So here is where I control all the equipment on board. So as you can see, we have the BNG Zeus 3 screens. These are the latest technology. Really good. Love it. We have 2 of these. We have the radio. We have the SUNREEF system, which is a system proprietary to SUNREEF. So anything you want change, you can actually ask SUNREEF to do it. Install new features, they can do that too. It's very, very easy and intuitive to use. Here we have the battery management system, which is very convenient to have on a separate system because this is a standalone system. And here we have a lot of extra features we added to the boat on the electrical side. So we have 1,200 amps of AGM batteries, which is a lot of batteries upgraded from the standard. And we have 3 chargers, so the boat can charge itself in less than 2 hours, which is really quick. And we have 3.5 kilowatts in solar capacity, which basically means we can live at anchor for many, many days without having to worry about charging our batteries. Here we have bilges throughout, so I added extra bilges. We have 6 separate compartments. This is an extra safety feature I put. So if you do crash the boat, it is a hermetically sealed area and the boat will not sink. This is a very, very important feature, very important upgrade to the boat. Here we have 2 water makers. One is a very big water maker that will produce 280 liters per hour. This is a much smaller one, which we use based on solar from the battery. And this is the one we use the most. So it produces 100 liters an hour. Here we have 2 generators, like I said, redundancies with everything. So they can work alternately, or we can turn both of them on at the same time if you need more power. Engine controls here, very important to have them inside in case there's very bad weather and you want to stay inside. And then here you have the autopilot, or so here you have the autopilot, and here you have the chart control. Moving along, we are now going to head to the master cabin. So this master cabin actually covers pretty much 2/3 of the porthole. So it extends all the way to the bow of the boat and pretty much to the crew cabin at the stern of the porthole. So this is a king size bed with plenty of storage underneath throughout. So you can see it's really deep. And in the bottom, we have also big drawers over here. So lots of storage here. We have another big deep drawer here, just so you can see how much storage we have embedded here. On top, we also have plenty of storage up here. So for books, very, very easy, convenient, good to hide. And below the windows here, we also have plenty of storage, same as the other cabins. So a TV is installed in this cabin. It's quite useful for charter or for whoever likes watching TV in bed. Here we have a vanity desk. This vanity desk is quite useful for someone that wants to do something quick. You want to do a work here or just make makeup, and it's quite useful. So you just pull this up, and you have there you go. And then you have the comfort of working and having a desk. So this is really convenient and easy to set up. Now this is our master bathroom, and in here we have our closet embedded to the master bathroom, just to make things easier. So one thing I love is brushing my teeth with this amazing view every morning. And we have 2 sinks, which is very useful when you're always doing things with your wife at the same time in a bathroom. Here we have, again, a very, very large shower, larger than the others, obviously, because it's the master cabin. We do have something we absolutely love, especially if living in a boat, which is a towel heater. Actually, it's very hot now. The towel heater dries all your towels, especially when you're sailing in very humid places. It's very annoying. Towels are nice and crispy all the time. Really good. So on this side, we have closet. There's a lot of closet area here, so nothing to worry about storage space. Under the sinks, we also have plenty of storage. Moving along. So one of the things I love the most about this boat is the access to the different areas. You don't have to walk around. So one of the greatest additions to the SUNREEF new line is the electric door. This takes you straight into the bow cockpit, which we use a lot. This is, again, one of our favorite spots. It is the most comfortable, airy space because you always have the breeze coming from the bow. So you always have a lot of nice seating area, especially for sundowners. There is plenty of storage amongst all these lockers. So there's 4 of them. And here I have all the toys. So I have boards, kite surf equipment. In here we have the anchor chain and the anchor windlass. In here we have more storage space for a lot of beach chairs and different sails even. And in here is a more technical. We have gangway. We have a lot of wires, cables. I can show you this one here. It is quite deep just so you can get an idea. So in here we have spare engines, just so you get a feeling of how deep this is. Over here we have an extra cabin. It's a small cabin with just 1 crew bed. It's only for temporary use. So if there's like a 1-week charter that someone wants to perhaps have a 3rd crew member, they can definitely accommodate in here for a week. It is fully air conditioned, and so it's very convenient. On the other side, we have storage for all our fenders, which is easy because you don't need to deflate them. So very, very big and spacious. And here is my wife's favorite spot, a segregated laundry space. And we have a dryer and a washer in here, which is really, really good for when you're living aboard or even for charter. Coming back inside, we will now go through the crew cabin. The crew cabin is very comfortable. We made it at the same standard as all the other cabins because when we are on our own, we don't have crew, but we always have guests coming. So with guests coming all the time, we figured we would want them to be in a nice, spacious, comfortable space. And also for crew living aboard, we want to give them good living conditions. So down here, we have the crew cabin. So please come along. So this is a bunk bed, and they're quite spacious, a standard size bed or single bed. We have reading lights, chargers, and we also have plenty of closet space in here. So there's both sides. And then here we have the same size bathroom that you get for all the other cabins. Very, very big, spacious, and nothing to worry about having someone tall fit in here. On the other side, we have the pantry. The pantry is one of my wife's requirements. So she wanted somewhere to store all the food where she didn't have to reach out under lockers or very difficult to access closets. We have everything in these bins and shelves so that nothing falls, and it's very neatly organized. Over here we have cleaning products, also very neatly organized with a vacuum cleaner, charger. So everything was very, very thought so that we couldn't go through any problems. And here we have the bar area. So we have a wine fridge, which we store a lot of different items nowadays, but it's perfectly okay for 32 wine bottles. And down here we have storage for all the liquor and distilled beverages. This is locked in case you're doing charter, so the guests cannot access. So this is the stern cockpit. This is also an area we use a lot, especially because these doors open completely. I can show you here. It is very, very good because it integrates the whole boat. It opens the whole boat, and you can see the access is just very, very good. So this is one of the main advantages of a SUNREEF is that you can have access of throughout all the areas without having to go through different steps and ladders. We have the dining table out here for 8, which is very convenient. We can fit a lot of people. And this is the cockpit bar, we call it. So there is an ice machine below here. And over here, we have storage and the butane tanks. Inside, we have a sink. You can pull this up and down. So very convenient. And the steps heading up to the flybridge. So let's walk up to the flybridge now. So one of the main assets on board OCA is that she is one of the very few SUNREEF 60s, or actually any 60-footer boat, to have a jacuzzi. The jacuzzi is a special request. We actually designed this together with SUNREEF as they didn't have that as an option. And we use it very, very often when we are, especially in marinas, because you can have water. And it's really, really nice to watch the sunset from up here. We definitely use it a lot. We have up here also a bar where we have a grill and a sink. And on the bottom we have fridge, trash, and here we have storage of equipment for exercising. So this is a lounging area. We can have all this furniture is movable. We can configure them however we want, or you can even exchange them for furniture of your preference. We have these poofs here that we have. We can store them when we're under sail. All this furniture we have to tie down when we're under sail, but it's not complicated, and it definitely adds a lot to the dynamic of this area, which we use for different types of events. We have this table back here, which we use a lot for playing games or just eating meals up here when it's hot and we want to have a nice breeze and watch the view and the sunset. Really, really nice space. And probably this is one of the places that I sit the most. So this is a very, very comfortable seat. I upgraded this seat to another level, and we actually put armrests, which is not a standard. And here we have every possible equipment that you would love to have in a boat. So we have a big, big screen with all the charts. We have 2 side screens here to help us with just more information. The radio, we have 2 engines here. We have lighting control. And then here is the horn, controls for the screens and the autopilot, searchlight, and the anchor chain windlass count system, and the engine controls, electronic travelers, and bow thruster. So there is only one bow thruster in this boat, which is more than enough to assist you in your docking. And this is a very, very nice spot because from here, you can actually dock the boat incredibly easy because you can watch 3 corners of the boat while you're docking. and you're always going to be docking on your starboard side, which makes it incredibly easy due to the access and the views. So all winches on this boat is electric, so they are very easy to control. I single-hand sail this boat. It is not difficult at all. I have been doing this for the past 3 years. And so all the lines come straight to this point here, and it's really, really easy to just hoist sails, put sails down, obviously everything electrically assisted. So I was talking earlier about the solar capacity on this boat. So this is a project that I did after the boat was delivered. I installed 3.5 kilowatts of solar capacity of the best best cells that you could get in the market from SunPower. Ooh, Eric, I think I'm out of battery. Okay, so these solar panels I've installed in the back here, and then we also have plenty of them installed on the Bimini, and we have 2.5 there and 1 kilowatt down here. So this is plenty of solar capacity to handle all the boat's needs. All right, so now we talked about the boat. What about when you want to get out of the boat and explore? So we installed at this boat a high capacity swimming platform, which is doubles as our garage for our dinghy. So this is very, very useful and convenient. We have a very, very nice dinghy that we use almost daily. It has 90 horsepower. It's a Williams jet tender. It is the best dinghy you can get for the size. Seats 7 people very comfortably and very easy to operate. I can actually show you how this works. And you just pop it down like that. So in a matter of seconds, you got your dinghy in the water and ready to do some exploration. Now, moving along into the engine room. The engine room obviously hosts a lot of the boat's equipment. We have engines, we have air conditioning, we have generators. So in this engine room here, you will be able to see a bit of the equipment here. So this is a electrical panel. And down there you have the engine with the Racor filters. We have the strainers. Oh, behind me we have the generator. Back here we have the air conditioning unit. We have the autopilot control system and the seawater pump.